Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for September 5th through the 11th. Excuse my voice, it's probably very clear that I'm under the weather. We're going to see what's coming up for you guys. I am setting the intention for the 5th through the 11th. However, you might stumble upon this video in a few months, a few weeks. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it, whenever it's time for you to see the messages. But keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what's coming up here for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Sagittarius Rising. We're going to move you all just a little bit closer. And the first card we have coming up here for the collective is Judgment. Now, this is a major arcana card. So the major arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're at a significant new chapter in our life. It's a defining moment, okay? And so even though I'm setting the intention for a 7-day period of time, this is energy that's going to be around for a while. So the things that are happening over the course of the next 7 days are setting things into motion for you, bringing you into like a new chapter. Now, keep in mind, we're coming into Mercury retrograde on the 9th. And so sometimes Mercury retrograde can make us kind of, I don't know if I want to say nostalgic. I guess nostalgic could be a right word. But Mercury retrograde sometimes can really make us think about the past. Like past experiences we've had, the things we've been through. And Sagittarius, you guys have been going through like a whirlwind journey. I think the last couple of years, especially this year, has been really transformational for a lot of you Sagittarius. So some of you might really be processing that right now, like, whoa, I've been through a lot. Whoa, I've really come a long way. And so you might be reevaluating your life and your choices and your decisions and what you're wanting to do moving forward. I feel some of you are feeling like you got this second lease of life, or at life, like a second lease at life, like you have this second chance, or you're feeling lucky to be here, like it could have been much worse, or the story could have ended very differently. And so some of you are like thinking, like, what do I want to do moving forward? How am I going to make my life count? How am I going to pay this blessing forward? How am I going to help people who are going through, where I used to be stuck at? So I feel like a reflective energy in this Judgment card for Sagittarius. You might be thinking about your choices and what you're wanting to do moving forward. I feel like a lot of you are really fine-tuning your spirituality and spiritual beliefs. Those of you who are on a spiritual path, you may be straying away from certain modalities or groups or teachings because you're becoming aligned with like your own understanding or your own spiritual connection, where it's becoming more like a personal connection versus what somebody else is telling you, or versus how someone else is telling you to connect. So I feel a heightened spiritual connection. I feel like plans are being made for how you're moving into the future. I feel some of you also may be manifesting some kind of a spiritual nature retreat, like being in nature for spiritual work or spiritual purposes. Now, the next card coming up here for you all is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands can be choices, decisions. You guys who watch my readings, you've probably heard me describe it in a certain way where, like, we have to be cautious when we're negotiating. But I'm not getting that vibe or that feeling in this reading with this card coming in with the Judgment card. I feel the Two of Wands is you're weighing your options, and like I said, it's confirming what I felt in the Judgment card. You're weighing your options about how you're wanting to move into the future and how you're wanting to spend the rest of your life. Like, you're taking it seriously, and you're telling yourself, like, time is flying, right? Before I know it, in a blink of an eye, I'm gonna be, like 100 years old or something. Like, what am I gonna do in the meantime? What am I gonna do in these years that I'm still able-bodied? And so I feel that it's that decision making. I do feel, Sagittarius, that some of you are becoming very concerned with youth and wanting to reach out and help the youth. So some of you may be putting together some kind of programs for youth. I'm not talking about like children. I'm talking about like adolescents. Or maybe some of you may be feeling like you want to get involved in some kind of youth outreach. And you may be meeting soul tribe or soul family through this. But I don't know why, for some reason, I feel a sense of reaching out and helping youth. And Two of Wands is confirming for me, figuring out, what you're going to do with the remainder of the time. I do feel really strong, Sagittarius, that a lot of you are going to have Archangel Raphael and Archangel Uriel around you a lot. And so some of you may be coming into a very soothing portion of your healing. And some of you may be stepping into your abilities as a healer. And, coming into a time of confidence, perseverance, and really reaching the goals, succeeding at the goals that you're setting out for yourself. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the Moon. And this is a major arcana card again. So there could be Pisces or Cancer here in the mix. If you have Pisces or Cancer placements, there could be shifts or changes happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. Some of you, as you're tapping more into your spirituality and connecting more deeply with your spiritual gifts, you may be feeling guided or very pulled towards mediumship and doing mediumship work. And so some of you maybe are wanting to tap into that mediumship or speaking with the dead kind of thing. But I've always said this, if you're going to do it, it really, really has to be a way of life in terms of like making sure you're on top of your healing and your work, that you're maintaining a certain high vibration, that you're keeping your space nice and clear energetically, that you have the appropriate spiritual and energetic boundaries in place, and that you have a spiritual team that you're working with that's going to be doing gatekeeping for you, that's going to filter what can come in and what has to stay out. Mediumship is very delicate work, in my opinion, and I have great respect for it, but it's definitely something not to go into willy-nilly, and it's definitely something that requires being taken very seriously, and doing it in the appropriate way. So that's just like my advice. If that's something you're wanting to get into, don't create problems for yourself, and don't just go and calling just anything. So that could be something for some of you to consider. For other ones of you, I feel like you're going to be really, really affected by the moon cycles from now through the remainder of the year. And so you're going to have really significant releases and manifestations. I feel like you're coming into the flow of the moon energy, and it's becoming easier for you to release and manifest. You might also be like more connected in your heart space. But for the majority of you Sagittarius, I feel like you're overcoming fears, and like pushing back blocks. Like you've come a really far way on your journey, and you got to this point where you're like, oh, but now I'm scared. Now I'm scared to move forward. I'm really high up. This is kind of scary. But I feel like you're overcoming the fears, and you're moving forward. You're pushing back past the blocks. The next card that's coming in here for you all is the King of Cups. Now, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance, and so the King of Cups gets typecast as like baby daddy, marriage kind of thing, like someone you're going to have kids with, someone you're going to marry. And that can be the case for some of you. You may be stepping into this kind of energy, or you may be calling this energy into your life, or aligning with a partner that is aligned with this new path that you're on. That could definitely be happening for some of you. This could also be a water sign person coming into the situation. We do have the moon card here. It could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Again, if you have those placements, you may be focusing on those areas of your life, or if you're on that Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. But here with this King of Cups, I'm feeling a sense of fulfillment. I feel like a lot of you are getting into work that's very fulfilling to you, that's very satisfying to you emotionally. I'm also feeling a sense of like being cleansed in a way where you're feeling like nobody has anything on me. Like there's absolutely positively nothing that anybody can hold against me, because there's nothing I'm embarrassed about. There's nothing that I regret. All of it's been a part of my journey. Certain previous toxic traits I may have had, I've corrected those. I've washed those away, right? I no longer come into a situation in a toxic way, and I own everything. And so there's this sense of like being reborn, or like being fresh, being cleansed, being blameless. And I feel that this is going to be really powerful for a lot of you who've been stuck in narcissistic cycles, or who haven't taken certain steps or reached for certain goals until now, because there's been a narcissist in your life tearing you down, breaking you down, breaking down your confidence. Well, guess what? They're not going to have power over you anymore, because I feel this energy of like, I own everything that I am. I own everything that I've been through. Not a sliver of it is to be ashamed of. And I'm good. I'm good with who I am. I'm confident with who I am. I know who I am, right? Doesn't matter what this person says to me. If somebody walked up to you and was like, your name is Smith, and you're the one who always walks up to people and says really inappropriate things. I'm just giving like a weird example. And you've never done that in your life. Or if you did that in your life, you know why you did it, and you're not doing it anymore, right? And if the person kept bringing it up, you're like, okay, like, whatever. Like, you're not going to get freaked out about it. You're not going to get mad about it. You're just like, this is this person's problem. I don't know why this person can't let go of this. This person is, like, hung up on this. I'm not Smith. This person is obsessed with Smith. This person is looking everywhere and seeing Smith. I hope this person finds Smith, but I'm not Smith, right? You're not gonna take it and you know, internalize it. You're busy. You're living your life. You're doing your thing. This is this person's problem. This person's mistaking me for somebody else. I don't have time for this. That's gonna be the way you're gonna feel with this narcissist. Like, okay, in one ear, out the other, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about this. I don't have time for this. This is their issue. They're hung up on it. All right, I hope they can deal with it. I've got things I'm doing, right? You're not gonna internalize it. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Sometimes your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. I do have the weekly playlist in the description of the video, so it'll be easier for you to find the other videos. There's also a playlist that will take you to the love readings for September if you want to watch the September love readings. And there's a link in the description that will take you to my scheduling page if you want to schedule a private reading with me. There's a link in the description that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I hope you guys will check back tomorrow and check out the card of the day. Every day I do a daily message if you want to start your day off with that. If not, hopefully you all have a fabulous week, and hopefully you'll come back and check out next week's forecast. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care. Oops. Take care and be well, my dears.